In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, to whom we all have to turn back. Honorable listeners and respectable audience, you know that we have started a theory in syntax which is known as binding theory. Binding theory is concerned with the condition by describing the structural relations between nouns. According to binding theory, I told you about three types of nouns like pronouns or expressions and anaphor. Listeners and audience, today I'm going to teach you three principles of binding theory. What are those three principles and what are the practical examples and how we can apply those principles? Let me write. First of all, the three principles. The first principle that is known as principle A. Second principle known as principle B. And the third principle that is known as principle C. Listeners and audience, here principle A, it refers to anaphor. Principle B refers to pronoun. And principle C refers to our expression. Okay. What does principle A suggest? Principle A suggests that anaphor must be bound. Principle A suggests that anaphor must be bound. Principle B suggests that a pronoun must be free. Okay, coming to the first principle, anaphor must be bound. I'm writing a sentence. Aslam had himself. Now, listeners and audience, you see himself is anaphor. It refers back to someone or something in a sentence, and that someone is Aslam. Aslam is the antecedent, and this antecedent gives its meaning to himself, which is anaphor, and anaphor refers back to Aslam. So they are co-indexed. I'm taking one index for it and then another index. So you see, they two are similar to each other. They are identical. That's why we said it, they are co-indexed. And also you see Aslam referring back to himself. So Aslam binds himself, or this NP binds himself. So this is the clarification of our principle A, that an anaphor must be bound. You see, another interesting logical point here is that in this principle that himself is masculine, Aslam is also masculine. So if anaphor is masculine, the antecedent must be masculine, and Aslam binds to himself. And we also say that this Aslam, which is NP, that is C commands another NP, that is himself. So it is the clarification in the further detail of principle A that an anaphor must be bound. So here anaphor is bound. Okay. Let me write another sentence. If I see Aslam Aslam's mother hit himself. Now listeners and audience, this sentence is grammatically incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because you see himself is actually masculine while Aslam's mother is feminine. So this cannot be the antecedent of this anaphor. That's why this sentence is ungrammatical. But how it is, let's apply our two conditions according to our past condition. For example, if we are taking here I and here I, again the sentence is ungrammatical because we cannot apply this I to just mother, or we cannot apply this to Aslam only because it's talking about Aslam's mother or Aslam's mother. So that's why this condition does not apply to this one. Okay. If we apply the second conditions, if we say, for example, Aslam's C commands himself, so it is, or this NP, that is again wrong because it's not refers to us himself only, or Aslam not refer, the whole phrase refer to, and it is incorrect. So this is, and if we are taking himself, for example, the part of this, that we see that this Aslam's mother is what? This is antecedent and himself is the anapod. So then it is free. Here it is not bound. Here why it is not bound? Because Aslam's mother, that is masculine, feminine, and himself is masculine. This is the clarification of the first principle. Let's come to the clarification of the second principle. What does second principle say? Second principle of binding theory said that a pronoun must be free. For example, Aslam hit him. Now listeners and ideas, this sentence is grammatically correct. And how it is correct? Why? Because him does not refer back to Aslam. Him here is free. Him referring to Javed and some other one, Akram or some other person. So that's why that's free. But how it can be further clarified with our conditions? For example, the past condition we say, if I'm taking here is index 1 and then index 2. So if I'm taking this as a co-index, again the sentence will be incorrect. Why? Because these two are not identical. Why these two are not identical? Because this is not anapod and Aslam does not bind to him. Okay, let's apply another condition. We can apply another condition. Another condition is that this is NP. So NP C commands another NP. However, according to our past principle, this sentence is what? This sentence is correct, but the past condition does not apply to it. So that's why this sentence, which is Aslam hit him, this is the correct sentence, and here him is free. But if we are taking that is the co-index, so then it's not free because it's bound to it. So then the sentence will be shown according to the principle and correct, or then it will be bound. The him will be bound to Aslam, but here him is not bound. So that's why Aslam hit him. Him is not the anapod of Aslam, and Aslam is not the antecedent of him, and him referring to any other entity. So this is also the explanation of our next principle, that a pronoun must be bound. If we are referring this him to Aslam, so then our sentence will be incorrect. This him is not referring to Aslam. This him is referring to any other entity, maybe Javed, maybe Akram, maybe some other one. Hope that this topic is clear to you.